Hey pals and palettes, welcome back to another tutorial. It's Gurp Dhaliwal from CaptureYesStudio, and this is today's look. We're going to be playing with the KKW X MARIO palette. If you want to see how to achieve this look, please keep on watching. To tackle these brows first, so I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Soft Brown Brow Wiz, and I really like this product because it just helps create little small strokes and make the brows look like they're quite natural. And then I like to use the other side of the pencil and just kind of brush the hairs in one direction. These ones I will brush upwards, and then back here I will brush downwards. So you can see the difference between the one that's done and the one that's not. I like to take some foundation and just clean up the brows a bit. I will start underneath here. I'm just using my foundation, and then I'm just gonna drag this downwards. This gives the illusion of like a crisper brow, and it really helps clean up if you have like any unwanted hairs. You just want to make sure that this color isn't too light because it might illuminate those hairs rather than making it look clean. We want to use a primer on our face because we want our foundation to stay all night long. I'm going in with the Benefit POREFESSIONAL primer. This is absolutely my favorite primer. I don't think I've done this type of video in a while, and I thought it was really nice because I'm able to explain things a bit more, except the fact that I'm sick right now, but I just thought this would be nice than just doing the usual voiceover. In today's makeup, I want to use a lot of the things that Kim K is known for, so I want to have this really highlighted look, contoured look. So the first step is to really make our skin look even. I'm going in with the MAC Prep and Prime. This Peach Luster. I'm going to apply this underneath my eyes like so. Mainly focusing on the areas that are a bit dark. My lips are so dry because I'm sick right now. Now what we're gonna do is take a sponge. This is the Real Technique sponge, and I'm just gonna blend this out. Peach helps correct any of the darkness that we may have underneath our eyes. I am going in with the Huda Beauty foundation, and this is in Toasted Coconut 240. If you guys have been following me on my channel for a while, you know that I really like to add in a facial oil when I do my foundations. I feel like the application is so much better, so I'm using the Age Perfect Renewal Cell by L'Oreal, and I just mix a couple of drops of this into the foundation, and I'm just gonna apply that all over my face. Have you guys tried out this foundation? Let me know your thoughts on it. I tried it a couple of times. I'm still testing it out to really see how I feel about it. I've noticed that sometimes I get some irritation spots because of it. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'm gonna keep playing around. I'm noticing them more like on my forehead. This is definitely a full coverage foundation. So I'm going to be taking the SMASHBOX Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Concealer, and I'm gonna apply this right underneath my eyes. I like to take it down to the laugh line a bit and then spread it out. This is going to really illuminate and brighten and lift this area. Since I have more of a round face, I don't like to take it super out. I like to stop right about here. The more you take it out, the more higher it's gonna look from here. And I'm gonna show you what I do with my contour for a round face. To give you the illusion of a more slimmer nose, I also like to take a little bit of the concealer right along the nose like this. I also like to take this a little bit down the nose here, and just like this. Again, I have a really large forehead, so we don't want to go too crazy. We do want these areas to look nice and bright, and I'm making sure I am blending in these specific areas where I place the product. I'm not trying to take the product out wide if it's placed down the middle of the nose, and here I am making sure that I really get this before this dries. Whenever I'm doing my skin first, I just go ahead and shut my eye and then use a concealer almost like a primer on the lids as well. I want to set the under eyes with powder before I move on because it's just gonna crease and we don't want that. This works really well for me, and it gives me such a bright look underneath the eyes. One of these babies, just a wedge, and make sure I tap out any creases. I always tell my clients, I know this is weird, but I always say try not to smile during like when I'm setting the face, because a lot of times clients will be laughing, which is totally normal. I don't want you to not laugh, but when you laugh, it really helps exaggerate lines. So you want to make sure you kind of have like that resting bee face. I'm pushing this into the under eyes And I love using a sponge because it's just so much more compact. I'm also going to take it down into the laugh lines of it. And then I'm going to push this like this along that side of the nose. And I love using the Motives Cosmetics Sculpt series, this one, and this is the Fire one, and I'm going to be using this shade right here. I'm going to add a little drop of face oil into this as well. I'm just going to dust this away. I don't like to over bake, it just does not sit well for me, but you can go for as long as you feel like you need. So because I have a rounder face and we have a high ponytail going on, we want to look really chiseled. I'm going to take this and I'm going to work it on the back side here where my ear is, and then from here draw upwards and then drag downwards. This works really well if you have a circular round face. And then I'm making sure I just blend down. If you feel like any lines are too harsh, you can flip your beauty blender around and then pat the side that had a little bit of foundation on top, like so. I like to have a shorter forehead. I know Kim likes to do this as well. I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the contour and work it here along the hairline. So Kim always has like that really chiseled look, and to get that, I'm gonna be using Sephora contour palette. In with this center shade and flip it so that the product is upwards, and I'm gonna work this into that area where we laid down that cream contour. Make sure you blend into the hairline. So I'm gonna be taking a fluffy brush. This one's by Crown Brushes. Dip into the middle shade again. We're just gonna lightly start creating little lines along the edges of the nose. And I like to make my nose look a little bit shorter, so I go along the bottom here as well. So one of my favorite blushes is the MAC Peaches blush. And I'm going to take that with a Morphe brush like this one. So you can smile and you will find your apples, and I'm just going to work it backwards into the hairline. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I'm going to spritz this all over my face because it just helps bind all of these powders together. Let's move on to the eyes. First thing we're going to do is prime the lids, and I want to go in with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. So for those of you that have had the chance, have you tried out the KKW products? How do you like them? I'm really curious because online there's a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people are saying that they love it. A lot of people are saying it's nothing new. For eyeshadows, I'm always curious because formulas are different. A lot of people just like the Kim K brand, and that's totally fine. I'm always curious to see if it's something different or what the hype is all about. This is a Kim K inspired look, so I wouldn't be complete without using the KKW X MARIO palette. The colors are gorgeous, they're really pretty, and you can definitely wear this for an Indian party. There's some shimmers, there's some matte shades, and we're gonna really see how the formulas work. If you want to win this palette for yourselves and try it out, you can enter the giveaway that I'm doing on my Instagram page. I will link it somewhere, so make sure you guys enter that. For a transition shade, I'm going to use this shade right here. Fluffy brush, this one is, I think it's just a crown brush as well. And we're gonna pop this into our crease. And then I'm just gonna brush upwards a little bit. We're gonna take Decade, pop this underneath the brow. That's really nice, kind of like a creamy shade. There's not that much shimmer to it, so it's more of a matte. And you wanna lay this right underneath. Remember when we first began doing a little bit of highlight with our foundation? We're gonna put that there. We're gonna go in with this shade right here. We're gonna focus in the outer corner. Just put the color down first. There's really good pigment on this. Because I put it on the very tip, the actual back side of the brush is kind of blending out some of the product that I'm putting down. So that's a really good tip. I do want to go in and just darken this outer crease ever so slightly. So we're going in with this color right here. Switching over to a more flat brush. So this is a flat brush, putting the product only on one side. So this is the side that has the product. Since we have the product only on this top part, we're going to take it We're gonna pop it into the crease. Put this into the socket like this and just wiggle it back and forth, and then this product is gonna be distributed upwards, just on the top part of the crease. I want to make this part a little bit more soft. Start blending on top here. Should start diffusing a bit. See how it just looks a little bit more softer and less of a harsh line there? This we want nice and soft. I'm going to be taking the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. We are going to take a smaller brush like this one right here. I have a hooded lid, so I always have to be a little bit more careful when I do this. I'm going with this color right here. Going back in with this shade right here, just to kind of blend that gold back into the outer color. And I'm going to be using this Butter London Double Decker Lashes Mascara that came in my BoxyCharm box. When I was looking at a lot of pictures of Kim, I saw that she doesn't do a lot of eyeliner, like a winged liner. So I'm going to skip that for today's look, and I'm just going to go in with some fluttery kind of lashes. So I'm just using the Duo Lash Glue. They are very fluttery. When I do my lashes, I just use my fingers. I just go in and get the center first and then do the corners. I'm very curious to know where you guys from. Leave it in the comment section down below, letting me know where you are from. And I just love engaging with you guys and talking to you. So in the comment section down below, let me know where you're from. Leave a little flag from which country you're from. Horrible about doing tutorials is sometimes your makeup just turns out so amazing, but you have nowhere to go. Now that we have the eyes done from the top, we're gonna work on the bottom, and I do want to use the blue in the palette, so I think I'm gonna smoke that along the bottom lash line. But for the inner waterline, this is a Palladio Brownie Waterproof Eyeliner. I have seen that she uses some browns, and I think that will look nice with this look. Brown liner is always a great way just to soften up a look as well. It doesn't look too dramatic, but this one actually looks really nice because it's still there. I feel like sometimes when you do a brown eyeliner, you can't really see it. This one I am really into. I think I picked this up from Sally's Beauty Supplies. So underneath, I do want to use the blue, and this is Libra in the palette. I'm going to take this with a smudger brush. So this is the brush. Ooh, that is nice. I do want to go in with that soft brown that we've been using. So this guy right here. We want to add some mascara to the lower lashes. It's gonna bring a little bit more darkness to the bottom lashes and a little bit more contrast. Just to give it a little bit more kick in the inner corners, we're gonna take this guy and this one back and forth. I'm gonna work this into the inner corners, and this is gonna bring light to those areas and just make it look really nice and bright. I'm gonna take this highlight by Anastasia. This is such a beautiful highlight. I did this in a giveaway as well. The winner picked it up today. I also take this a little bit above the brows. I just really like to do this. Don't get carried away because you can look a little oily, and that's not what you're going for. Unless it is, then go ahead and apply all over. But generally you don't want to look oily. You just want to look kind of luminous. So I'm hitting the high points of the cheeks. Moving on to lips, I'm gonna stick with a more neutral nude lip. I'm going in with Peekaboo Neutral by NYX. So I really like to overline the bottom part here, so what I will do is gently cup in like this, and then draw a little bit underneath. When I'm drawing upwards, I like to overdraw here as well. For my lipstick, I'm going to be going in with More Creamer Please by Dose of Colors, the Katy and Desi collab. I'm also going to be taking Spice Liner, and this is by MAC. I'm just going to outline the lips a little bit more because this is a really nude lip and it's blending a little bit with my skin tone. So if you were not going to an Indian event, you could just stop this look right here and you could totally rock this. So I'm going to take this up a notch and accessorize it as if I was going to an Indian event. So first thing, I'm going to take a nose pin. My nose is not pierced, so this is perfect. I'm going to pop this guy on like so. Really pretty. When I'm wearing a pop of color on the lid, I always like to kind of incorporate it into my bindi. I could do a black bindi, so I have some black bindis right here, or I could play around with some colored bindis. These are from India, guys. They're so pretty. As you can see, it just really helps pick up the blue underneath. Earrings I'm thinking of wearing for this look are from the May Bangle box, and they are these beautiful earrings right here. And they have some pearl detailing. I think they'll go really well with this. I had somewhere to actually go. Ooh, that's really nice. Make sure you guys enter the giveaway that's on my Instagram page if you want to win this palette. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you give me a big thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and join my little family here. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, and that's amazing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one.